Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today we have some more Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and a huge leak has happened for Call of Duty World War II by Call of Duty themselves over on their website. So the website in question is profile.callofduty.com/COD. Now if you go here, it's going to encourage you to make an Activision account, and some of the reasons they list are so you can get exclusive rewards, the community aspect with forums and stuff like that, as well as of course getting the latest intel. If you guys notice these images, they are incredibly bland and incredibly boring. Well, why is that? Well, the reason is these are filler images that were quickly just thrown up there because originally this website actually showed you images of Call of Duty World War II. These are going to be the original images that would appear on this website, which actually give us some insight as to what Call of Duty World War II is actually going to look like. So image 1 here, this is under the exclusive rewards, we are going to see the M1928 Thompson, which is actually an awesome looking weapon. Some awesome looking art here. I apologize for how low res it is. These images are actually very small, and when you take a small image and you make it bigger in a video like this, it's going to look low res, but this is the best we can do right now. So we get to see the M1928 Thompson in action. We see an American soldier here, of course, firing it. In the second image, under community, we see 5 American soldiers with their back turned, and they appear to be in a field of some kind, sort of surrounded by rocks, shrapnel, as well as trees. We can't quite make out what these weapons actually are, because basically all we can see is the wooden butt of each rifle, but maybe these soldiers are actually going to have something to do with our cover photo guy here, who of course they've actually revealed to us. And if you zoom in on this guy's eyes, you see soldiers in there. Now, there's a lot of speculation going around as to what's actually happening in here. It kind of just looks to me like they're kind of just standing there. I don't know. I mean, people talked about, a firing squad. People have been talking about this is actually, them burying somebody. I have no idea, but it definitely seems to me, just given the actual image, that he has that 1,000-yard stare, and he is actually remembering something, and his memory has something to do with these soldiers. So perhaps the 5 American soldiers we see here in this image are going to be those soldiers, and maybe we're going to be following them throughout the Call of Duty World War II campaign. And evidence of this is definitely going to become more apparent here with image 3. We see this image right here. Now, this was under the context of get the latest intel, stay current with Call of Duty news, including double XP weekends and special events. What's interesting is there's so many interesting things here with this image, honestly. We see our American soldier here holding a very interesting looking Thompson, right? Notice how this is the same Thompson we saw in the first image, but this one is white, whereas before it was just like your standard steel. Now, I cannot find any images online of a white World War II era Thompson. I mean, maybe this is a hint towards customization in Call of Duty World War II. We don't know. This is under the context of get the latest intel, stay current with Call of Duty news. So perhaps it's actually giving us a hint that there is going to be some customization for your weapons in this game, whereas our last World War II game, Call of Duty World at War, there was no customization outside of attachments. There were no camos whatsoever. They were planned, but they were cut later on. So who knows if this is actually going to be a hint. We also see him having an M1911, or at least what appears to be an M1911 holstered in his chest. We see in the background some German soldiers, so perhaps this image is of some Americans taking some German POWs. We don't really know. If you look at his arm, we of course can take a lot of information from this image. We see that he holds the rank of Staff Sergeant, and he's in the United States 1st Infantry Division. That patch is going to be very important because the 1st Infantry Division often has the nickname of the Big Red One because, of course, their shoulder patch is a Big Red One. Call of Duty had a side game named after this group titled Call of Duty 2 Big Red One, and what's most interesting is this gives us a lot of insight as to what we may be able to expect in Call of Duty World War II. It's very early, obviously, but we can speculate that the 1st Infantry Division will play a big role in Call of Duty World War II. In fact, most of the leaked cover art and stuff like that we've actually seen, both leaked as well as official, it's mostly just American soldiers, right? This leads me to believe that the game is actually going to follow this division and these soldiers within it. And since World War II was an actual event, we can just simply look in the past and see where we may be heading within this game. During World War II, the 1st Infantry Division fought in the North African campaign. They fought in the invasion of Sicily. They were in the first wave of troops to assault Omaha Beach on D-Day. They then fought across France, and for some reason, going back here to the second image here, I'm getting a lot of French countryside vibes from this image. Not entirely sure why. But then, of course, they continued to fight on in Germany, and eventually, by the end of the war, they were in Czechoslovakia. So, of course, this is just a broad stroke of their participation in World War II. There's a lot more information you guys can find online regarding the 1st Infantry Division, but that kind of gives you an idea of a lot of the conflicts they participated in during World War II. And again, going back to all the leaked images, which I'm sure you guys have seen them all many, many times by now, everything from cover art to just posters and stuff like that, it all covers American soldiers and beaches and stuff like that. So chances are, in COD World War II, we are going to be following the 1st Infantry Division, otherwise known as the Big Red One, and I find that to be very interesting. And just going back to it, man, this is a leak from Activision themselves, because if you go to their website, they changed these images. These images were, in fact, there, and now they are gone. So chances are they actually intended for these images to go up on their website on Wednesday after the worldwide reveal live stream. But for some reason, something happened. Somebody messed up there. Somebody probably got fired. They made the images go live early. Or perhaps they did this intentionally. Perhaps this is part of some viral marketing campaign where they put these images out for, I don't even know how long they were up, maybe an hour at most before they were actually changed. Perhaps they did this intentionally so people like me would make videos and we could start basically giving speculation regarding the game and hopefully build up the hype until the actual reveal on Wednesday. Who knows? But ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys will enjoy this video. What do you guys take from these images? I'd love to hear about that down there in the comment section below, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.